130.
Dan, you surely couldn't have scripted a better way to start your tenure for this team than that finish.
We spoke about pre-game just about having belief in each other, and boys were nervous. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of pressure on young blokes' shoulders off the back of the last couple of years, and as coaches we've got to try and release that pressure. And so we just said believe in yourselves, and we've spoken about being a team that wants to fight for 80 minutes, and like the last passage you play there, like we were far from perfect. And the nice thing is there's some harsh learnings that we can review off the back of a win. But really, really proud of their belief in their fight in that last couple of minutes. And I thought our finishes off the bench were excellent.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about the new superstars that you've got in, but you must be really happy with the contribution from some of those unheralded players.
Yeah, that's it. And I've been asked about who are the players that no one knows about. Sifa Amone's 2 tries off the bench, but good contribution in other areas apart from the tries. And he's, I think, body comp wise, he's dropped like 24 kilos, or he didn't look like a Super Rugby player in September. Now he looks like a good one, So and there are a lot of other players. I thought Jack Grant was good in that last period as well. His control and direction was excellent, and a number of good performances. So, but as a team, we'll be better for it.
You've obviously been in many of these press conferences, and it's like Groundhog Day at times last year. How good is it for you to get on the right side of such a close win? Because you obviously were there for the Highlanders last year.
There's definitely relief. I like what Dan said. It definitely wasn't perfect, and there was, it's your first hit out of the year, and there's always a bit of that nervous energy. But I thought, especially we were sort of pretty deep in our half in that last 5 minutes, and ended up getting a penalty. And I thought the way we sort of wore him down when we got into our pick and drive stuff, and he's bloody powerful, Sifa. So, but yeah, I'm thrilled that we got a win. There's plenty to review, but good start to the year.
Dan, what was it overall? You obviously said there's stuff to work on, but more positively, what impressed you tonight from your team?
I thought in patches defensively, but it was in patches. There was a couple of sets just before half time where we were really physical and had that mindset around going to get the ball back. So I mean, obviously there was some patches in the second half where we just clocked off. Like that try off the quick line out. That's just purely unacceptable at this level. So we'll knock that on the head really quick. And as I said, I thought our kicking game certainly put them under pressure, and we'll be better for it. We used Joseph well in that area, and he had a really good contribution there, and again he'll be better for that as well. And I thought there was some good patches. I thought set piece was strong, which you need. But we'll review the performance and take the result away from it and make sure that we're better against Fiji Drua in a couple of weeks.
How did you assess Joseph's performance at fullback tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought you'd like to see the ball in his hands more. But he got into space a couple of times and looked dangerous, didn't he? And so that'll come. The more he learns his role within our attack, like everyone's talking about, is he a 13, is he a 15, is he a winger? Like the number is a number on your back in how we attack. So that will come, as it will come for Jorgo and Kells and others as well. But I thought overall, like his effort and positional play at fullback was mostly pretty good.
Is he physically okay? He seemed to be cramping.
Just cramping,
right.
Yeah. He's just cramping. So he's he hasn't played a trial game. First game at fullback, different to rugby league. There's a lot of high-speed running in the backfield there. You've got to cover a lot of metres, and he'll be better for that.
Dan, multiple more tries there, including that nice move for the second one. How much has that been work on this sort of pre-season to turn that into a real weapon on top of what you have in that back line?
I've said it a lot of times that I think a good maul allows you to have creativity and innovation in other areas, and that's what we've developed pretty quickly. And we scored one good maul try there, and then off the back of that, defensively they have to commit multiple numbers, and that freed up some space around the front for Sifa to score his first try. So, I think mauling is such a great area of the game because of what it creates in other areas. Everyone looks at it as 16 forwards pushing hard against each other, but it creates space and opportunity for others.
Just on Taniela as well, his impact after the 50 minutes, it's almost like he was getting better. Like how plays are you just getting that impact out of him? You know, because for a guy who was coming under a lot of pressure for the minutes he was playing, particularly sort of past the second half.
Yeah, no, I thought Nella was, he had a good contribution. Won us a couple of important scrum penalties at key moments. I think we got close to an hour out of him, which is encouraging. I know a few years ago he was playing 75 minutes or 80 minutes a week. That's not good for him. And thankfully we've got, as you saw with Sifa, we've got options and power that we can bring on to replace him as well. So good solid hit out for Nella.
Just on the bye coming up, obviously, I think Jake, you said yesterday it's probably not ideal time to have a bye round 2. How do you approach sort of a period like this where you've had all your process leading up to this game, but you now have 15 days off to your next game?
Yeah, look, I think at this level, whenever you get the opportunity to have some time away and some balance, you got to take it, whether it's the 10th game in or whether it's the first game in. Like, whilst we haven't played a whole lot of games, we've been training hard for a long period of time, so the boys will get Monday, Tuesday off this week, and then we'll be in Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll train hard, and then start our week's preparation for Fiji on the following Sunday. So it's just about giving them that balance and allowing them to get away when they can, so that they're nice and fresh.
And you said obviously in the lead up to the game, like it wasn't going to be perfect. There's a lot of these guys have not played together. In Barrel, it's the first for most of them. What were the things that you're really not happy with from that game?
Lazy moments, some lazy moments within the game, and I'll go back to the quick line out try. There's some other lazy moments. I thought we panicked a couple of times. Like we played a set play from set piece, got 2 really good carries, and then we start popping the ball off the deck and panicking. Like we just got to be calm there. But it's the errors are going to happen. It's the lazy ones that will knock on the head real quick and make sure that we change those habits. But if you look at the group, like Jake played 7 minutes in Barrel, Joseph didn't play at all. Taniela played 25 minutes. We'll be better for it.
How much of that was fatigue, Dan? And would you have liked a third hit out before tonight?
Yeah, it would have been nice with a new group, but the schedule doesn't allow. Like it was January 13, the lads were back. We got 4 weeks and then we play. We wanted to go away on a camp and invest in that connection piece and make sure we bring the boys together. So that was the way that we went with the program in this early stages. But a third would have been nice, so that we've got 80 minutes into players that need it.
Yeah.
Jake, you probably lose that game last year. What can you say about the tenacity of the group now under Dan?
Oh, look, I think one thing I noticed when we came back into the pre-season was, to be honest, I saw a little bit on social media too. Some of the sessions that they were doing are really tough sessions, and we had to change some of our behaviours, and we still got a bit to go too. Like we touched on that simple try where we knocked off. That's something that I imagine will get addressed pretty quickly. But I think just the effort to stay in it. Like it probably wasn't even perfect that last sort of 2 minutes, but I thought they seemed composed. We went to our power game where you got some really sort of dynamic ball carriers, and I thought it was a good first outing. Definitely far from perfect, but I thought a good start to the year.
Dan, do you think you can get the best out of Langy Gleeson? Because all the raw tools are there in his game, isn't it? It's just sometimes those hands let him down a little bit. Yeah,
and look, he worked hard tonight, played 80 minutes. A couple of handling errors there, but again, he'll tidy those up quickly. But yeah, what he brings in terms of his raw power and his speed, and everyone's going to make mistakes, so it's how you react and how you respond to them, and I thought he got through an enormous amount of work tonight.
Dan, you mentioned obviously in the lead up to the game, inevitably there were nerves, a lot of expectations. You feel after coming through fairly difficult examination. They won't quite be gone, but it'll just be a calmer lead up potentially in the dressing room against the Drew.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's okay to be nervous and have that little bit of edge because it's important to you. And we don't want to go getting casual and relaxed and thinking that we turn up here in 2 weeks' time and we'll get an easy result. The Drew have got better and better every year. Glenn Jackson's a smart operator, smart coach, so they'll be well prepared for us. It'll be their third game then. So we need to make sure that we continue to have that edge and stay on our toes. And tonight's 4 points and it's nice, but we just we need to take the steps forward to improve now. Great.
Thank you.
so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks all. Cheers. Thank you.